So we're back for another episode of Cooking at the College, and I'm your host, Jason Donner. We're going to be joined by Sanci Teague, who is the director of the Student Success Center at our college, and we'll be here at Kitchens Cafe here in Paducah, Kentucky. So we're going to have a variety of things, and mainly just a nice little tea party. So we'll be right back. So, Sanci, first of all, thanks for being here. We're at the Kitchens Cafe. You've been to the Kitchens Cafe.
Of course.
Yeah, it's great here.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, so you are here, like we've just met like 12 years ago, so we're not real familiar.
No, not at all.
But I want to talk about how we ended up here and like how you ended up at this job and at the college and all that. But first, let's just jump right into it. We're going to make some English tea, right?
Yes, we are.
All right.
We are going to have a tea party today.
Yeah, we'll have a tea party at the end.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so what do we do first?
So first thing, we need to make our tea. Okay. So we've got our fancy little teapot with some nicely boiled water.
Now this is worth several $1,000s, right?
Of course,
like if I just gave it, it's okay, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, so you want me to open these up?
However, fun fact about the teapot, I got it from the Biltmore Mansion in Asheville, and it's a replica of their original tea set that they had, and I just thought it was pretty. So to make a full pot of tea, you are going to add 3 tea bags, and we've got a nice English tea time tea because we are going to be having a mix of a Southern tea and an English tea today.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So we're doing anything else?
Yes, we are going to make a traditional benedictine cucumber sandwich.
Right.
Which is a Kentucky native recipe. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I can smell it steeping.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so put that back on, and we're just going to let that sit for a while.
Where's the hole? There it is.
There you go.
Your fancy teapot. Okay, so cucumber sandwiches are they good? They're good.
Yeah, of course they are.
All right.
And as someone who doesn't even like cucumbers, I really like this sandwich.
Okay.
And it's mainly cucumbers.
Yeah, well, let's start chopping then.
Absolutely. All right, so in here we have our grated cucumbers. That's about 4 cucumbers.
Yeah.
And then we are going to add 1/3 of a chopped onion.
Okay,
so I'm
so
going to let you.
The onion part.
Go for it. I'm going to make you cry today.
So how's it going to be? Like, what do you want? Little? You want big?
You can do it slightly small.
Does this look right?
It's all going in the food processor. It's all going to get chopped up again.
What if there's a little blood? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'd prefer not to have the blood, but you know, I'll just make you eat the sandwich.
This is what I do at home. All right. So more? Not enough? Okay.
Maybe down here a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
I feel under the pressure of time, don't you? Normally it's a little bit more elegant. This is how the British do it. They just start chopping.
Sure. I'm going to say that's how Chef Jessi does it.
Is it? Is this what she does?
I'm going to assume so. At least that's what they do in all the fancy cooking shows.
Going to eat straight onion with the cucumber?
No, of course not.
Because
so we are going to start adding
that's sounding
our
super
ingredients.
Great. Okay. Add your ingredients.
All right. So we're going to add everything to our food processor.
This?
Yes. We're going to add our onion.
All right.
Go for it.
Just the hard way. Okay. Oh my gosh. You picked an impossible one.
Such a mess.
That's okay.
This is why I made you do that.
They'll AI it out of there. They'll just take it right on out.
That's right.
All right. There's the onion. That's good.
And then add in our cucumber.
It really looks like lettuce.
I know it does.
Can I touch it? I'll touch it. Oh, too late.
Okay.
You got to be quicker.
And then you're going to add in a whole block of cream cheese.
All right. That I won't touch. I feel like a kid doing this.
I know, right? And then we have about a tablespoon of mayonnaise here.
Right. Okay. So this was in your car earlier? No?
No.
It's good? Okay.
No, it's been in the refrigerator all day.
Cucumber sandwich doesn't exactly sound great, but it does sound very British, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a traditional little tea time sandwich.
So is this, well, why'd you pick this? This is something that you like to do, I guess.
Yes. So in my family, we like to have tea parties a lot. And my grandmother's the one who started the whole tea party tradition.
Right.
So for every wedding shower, baby shower, anniversary, birthday, we usually end up having a tea party. And of course, you know, you have to do it a nice Southern tea. You have to have your big derby hat. So you have to have your headpiece, of course. So that's why I have that today. And then we always have our hot tea. Never do a cold tea. Never a cold tea. It always has to be a hot tea.
Yeah, that's not for a tea party, right?
And then we have to have our traditional benedictine sandwich because this is a Kentucky native recipe.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was developed in Louisville, and it was by Jenny Benedict, and she wrote the Blue Ribbon Cookbook, and this is one of her recipes.
All right. So this is kind of a combination of a Southern tea party along with the British tea party.
Exactly.
Right. Which is what your family apparently is doing all the time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
anything else? Goes in
no,
the
I
blender?
think we are.
Start to blend?
Okay. You are going to add about maybe a drop or two of that.
Okay.
Please go lightly.
Come on now.
All right.
How's that?
Yeah, that's
Just
good.
that much? Okay.
And then I'll throw in a little bit of salt here. Not much,
Really
because
wanna
it's not
blend.
like super salty.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
And then we'll have, I hope
More?
you're a food coloring fan, because it's a cucumber sandwich. You got to make it green.
Right.
So about 3 drops of that.
So what would it come out like? Just pale green,
Yeah,
like light
like
green?
a nice Easter green.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way too much.
Oh, okay.
We're going for like Easter, not Christmas.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can I put it on?
Yes, please.
All right. All right, now it's mixing.
Yeah.
So we got to keep an eye on it, right?
Right.
All right. You got to talk over the noise. Over the noise.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
we can be loud.
Uh-huh.
We're teachers. We got this.
So this is going to make a nice
It's gonna
cucumbery spread, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we are making a spread.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's check it.
All right. I mean, it worked. There we go.
Yes, that looks about right.
I can smell like most of those ingredients. Yeah, it's not too green. There's a little pistachio in there just for color.
That looks good.
All right,
We're
all
good
right,
on
so
that.
I'll leave that there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now we actually have to make our sandwich.
All right.
So let me clean up my mess. You have to be clean along the way.
Remember, I'm the one that dropped the onions.
That's
So
true.
we're going to cut some bread.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, we could just like slice them in triangles like I would for my children,
Yeah.
but that's not as cute.
No, we want to make
So we are
nice,
going to
tiny
make
sandwiches,
yes, nice tiny sandwiches.
right? And little girls like that
Dainty
kind of
for your
thing.
tea party.
Right.
Do you have tea parties with your kids?
Not as elaborate as all this.
What
But-
do you serve them for their tea?
Well, Diet Pepsi probably in the little tiny cups.
Yeah, well,
something
they can
like
pretend
that.
It's a dark tea.
Well, they think it's tea.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're going to make some nice little rounds
Oh,
here.
sure.
All right, go for it.
Okay. No, all right. You take them out.
Yes.
I'll slice them up.
Teamwork.
Oh, yeah. That's so much more fun. So do you make lunch for your children? Do they take their lunch? You probably cut the crust off, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're picky.
Right. Once
You
they get
know,
a sense of
they're-
that crust
even
off.
my 10-year-old, she's still like, I don't want the crust.
Oh, yeah. Right. The crust is terrible. Okay. So let's pop them out. This is already fast and fun.
So you know what you can do with these now, because you don't want to waste it? Do y'all ever do like egg in a nest or toad in the hole?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Now, is
so-
that a British kind of thing, too?
I have no idea. It's just something that
kinda
we
feels
always
familiar.
do.
It does.
We always
It
made
feels
for
right.
breakfast at home.
Yeah, I think that's right. They'll add that in. They'll add a few words that say, yeah, actually it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually it
Uh-huh.
is.
All right, let's get rid
Okay,
of this.
so we can get rid of that.
Uh-huh.
And then we're
Okay,
going to
now
have
we're-
our cute little Sammies.
Oh, now how are we going to brush this onto these tiny things? They're already
We're gonna
so
use,
delicate.
You can use a cute little spoon.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so let's see. It's pretty mushy.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go. This.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Perfect.
Wow. All right, that's almost dessert.
Yeah. And that's the perfect amount. So you're doing
Okay,
great.
good. All right, so this is a show about the college, though. That we're cooking
That's
at the
true, it
college
is.
here. Well, tell us about that. Like,
Okay.
how'd you end up here?
Okay. So I've
Kinda
been at the
thing.
college, not as long as you have, but very close. I think maybe I
Little-
started the year after you.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps. So
Oh, I
I've been here
was
since.
part of that hiring committee.
Oh, I
actually.
know. I remember. That
You
was
do
a very
remember.
yes. That was a very intimidating hiring committee. There were like 14
yeah.
people on it. But yeah, so I've been here since 2011. I've had several different positions, but my current one is the director of
Yeah.
the students. Oh, don't do that.
Oh.
We're not finished yet.
Ah,
Yeah. What are you doing? You're
What a-
jumping the gun, man.
okay. What are we-
Okay. So let me finish telling you what I did.
Yeah, you do. You
All
had
right.
several different offices, but we shared a hallway for a
We
while.
did, yeah. So you were across the hall from me for like what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Something like
Something like
that.
that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know each other
Well.
relatively well. I mean, I know your wife. I know your children. You know my children.
Right.
You know my husband.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're
Do
good.
I?
Yeah. So, I am the director of the Student Success Center. When you know where that is.
Yes.
Yes. What building's it in?
Matheson.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
you're passing the test.
Right.
So,
Right.
So in the Student Success
This
Center.
is my show, so I ask the questions.
I know, but I told you.
Right. Okay.
I'm bossy. You know this. We shared a hallway. You know this.
Yeah. You're usually fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's Student Success Center? How's that going for you?
It's going great.
Good.
So we have academic support, we have all of our first year experience courses, and success coaching. So we see a lot of students every single day in lots of different capacities.
Right.
And I really enjoy it.
Everybody here at this college just thinks you're like the tops, don't you think? I know you don't want to say that about yourself. Well, I think we can count on you to like always just be an effective worker, leader, and also speaker. Whenever
thank
you've
you. I
done,
appreciate that.
you've spoken so many times in front of that faculty meetings that like everybody kind of knows you too. I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope. There's still some new people that I haven't totally met yet.
Well, they didn't know about this.
No. Yeah, well, we're going to teach everybody about
Okay.
this. All right. So, next step is to take this giant English cucumber and you are going to make some thin slices.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, you want to taste it. Just not
Did
too
you
much.
go to culinary school?
Can't you tell? No. I'm just chopping. Now, if I go really fast, it gets a little less
that's plenty.
careless.
That's
or a little more
plenty.
careless, yeah. All right, so we're just going to place this on here.
Yes, you're going to place it on your
Why don't
little sandwich.
You place. You place.
Okay. Now you can top it.
All right. And then we wait to
All right,
eat them?
let's do one more. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's do one more.
Well, yes, because we have more things to make.
Right.
We are going to make some hot cross buns here in a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Chef
that's right.
Jessi's gonna teach us
in a
that.
minute. Yeah, we're going to be joined by Chef Jessi Fletcher, who's going to come in here and teach us all about something pretty familiar, hot cross buns. So we'll take a break and be right back. All right, now we're back here with Chef Jessi Fletcher, and she's going to show us how to make something that's pretty familiar, hot cross buns.
Yes, but before we do that, we have to talk about how you dice that onion.
What happened? Was it was an onion?
It was
that
an
was
onion,
the onion.
and it did get diced.
Yes, it did
but
get diced.
Next time we'll teach you some knife skills to do it a little bit easier and maybe keep the fingers out of the way.
Well, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, it went everywhere.
So today we're going to make hot cross buns. This is something, on my honeymoon, I actually went to England for a day, about 17 hours, and it happened to be Good Friday, which is when they traditionally serve hot cross buns.
Yeah.
So it was really neat. They were in the bakery, all the bakeries, the bakery windows, everything smelled so good. So for our tea party today, we're going to serve a hot cross bun.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
perfect. It's a very British sounding thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to mix.
We're going to mix.
Okay.
All right.
So in the mixing bowl already, we have milk that was warmed with yeast and sugar.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to raise the bowl up a little bit for you.
Like that.
And then if you want to crack those eggs,
Okay.
Crack one, Sanci. Oh, boy. That's an egg, all right.
All right.
Okay.
and then you
That
can
way.
hit the start, and we're going to mix that in. We want to mix just until we see our eggs break up.
Oh, okay.
Do you like making bread?
I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy it more when I can do it casually and not so much with a deadline or for something I need to sell.
I have tried to make bread like 3 times and it's been awful every time. So I just gave up.
It's fun. This one is a little bit, hot cross buns are a rich yeast dough, which means they have butter and sugar and egg in it. So it's a little bit, it needs a little more TLC than a kind of standard bread dough. It makes it harder on the yeast to work. So it might take longer to proof. You want to make sure that your ingredients are scaled correctly. So I weighed all of these ingredients by grams.
Really?
And that way we get all the right, exact amounts.
So this looks pretty mixed up.
mixed in?
It's all yellow.
All right, if you want to add your brown sugar, you want to turn it off with that yellow button again so we don't send the sugar flying on you.
That would be good.
And while you add your sugar, you can go ahead and add your vanilla.
Okay.
And then your other cup has already weighed out our cinnamon, our nutmeg, our allspice, and some salts.
Okay.
And we like salt in savor and sweet items too. Salt helps you taste everything else, so it brings out all the other flavors. So don't be shy about putting your salt in your sweet items. And we can
Fire it
start
up
again.
All right.
And we don't have to take a long time on this either. We just want to see it all mixed in. And then we want to add our butter. Our butter is already softened, so it will kind of mix in easily.
So is this unsalted butter?
This is unsalted butter. Yes.
Is that what you're supposed to always use in baking?
It is what I prefer to use. It means that we can control the salt. Everybody kind of has their own opinion, but we can buy just unsalted butter and then always salt how we like, no matter what type of product we're making.
So what is a little bit more about just the tradition of hot cross buns in England?
So they were the very first kind of that you see it talked about in history. A monk made them in St. Albans, England, and he served them to the poor on Good Friday and called them Alban buns. And over the years, they popped up more and more. Elizabeth I actually made it, she forbade that they be sold on any day but Good Friday. And if you're allowed to make them in your own kitchen, but if you sold them on any day but Good Friday, you had to forfeit all of those goods to the poor.
Right.
So, and then there's some things when we make them, the cross on top is to signify the crucifixion. The spices that we put in were supposed to signify the spices used to embalm Jesus. And then, right? Not actually embalming.
Signifies.
It
Signifies.
signifies.
Right.
Right?
All right, okay, all right.
Sounds a little sketchy. And then we're going to use orange in our icing, and the orange was traditionally added to signify the bitterness of his time on the cross.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we good? Did we turn it off and
Yes,
keep
we
mixing?
can turn it off. Add our butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to add, if you just want to sprinkle in like a third of our flour here.
Okay.
I'm going to let Jason sprinkle the third.
I'll do the flour. Yeah.
Because I'm struggling
Give
with the
me
butter. All right.
All right. Sure, I'll be
We'll
happy
see how
to.
he eyeballs that.
Third.
It's all going to go in, so this is.
Oh, it's all eventually going to
It's-
go in.
yes.
We don't want
so
too
it's
much
okay.
right now.
Right.
Okay, that's good. There we go. Eyeballed it.
Right. We're going
Right
to
back
start
on?
mixing. And once you see that everything's incorporated, you can continue adding your flour.
Okay.
And you can let it mix while you add your flour just very gradually.
Yeah, that's what you
Yes.
don't turn it off every single time, right?
Right.
You tell me you're popping them in. Come on. All right, there we go.
With this dough, we are looking for a sticky dough, but we would like to see it kind of pull off the sides of the bowl. And if you were to touch it with your finger, it should feel sticky, but it shouldn't you shouldn't end up with a lot of dough on your fingertip.
Should I try?
You should definitely turn it off
Should
before
wait.
you touch it.
Okay. Well, it's getting there. This is the fun part of bread. Oh, she's worried. She's worried about me. Okay.
You should be.
You
It's
want
been a
to
while.
let it keep mixing. We might need to scrape down the flour some.
Okay. Well, why don't we take a break right here, and we'll get this good and like where you want it to be. We'll scrape down the
Absolutely.
flour some, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so we're back, and now we got one more step.
We're gonna add raisins.
Okay, go ahead, Sanci.
All right. Okay.
Very
So
good.
once those
Okay.
are fully incorporated, we would let this dough mix for about 3 minutes. Make sure that everything is well incorporated. The dough is a little bit shiny, sticky to the touch, but not so sticky that it's coming off on your fingers. And then we would set it aside in a well-oiled bowl, either in a warm place or in a proofer if you had a proofer, and we would let that proof for about 2 to 3 hours until it's almost doubled in volume.
Okay.
And
Can I turn it off?
we can turn it off.
Yeah, let's.
At this point, we already have that dough. Our yeast has fermented the first time, so it's created a lot of carbon dioxide and kind of puffed up for us. And this part is called punching down. It's not really punching, but we're going to knead it. We're going to fold it. It's going to release some of its air.
Yeah.
And where it warms up while it's proofing, it sort of redistributes that warmth.
So when you say proofing, what does that mean precisely in cooking?
It is the yeast fermenting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So now we are going to portion. If you want to take the
Okay.
bench knife there, cut it in half and half again. And this you can do to the size you like, We're gonna make kind of small ones today, so they're nice for our tea party. And then you can cut each one in half one more time.
One more time?
One more time.
Any
It's okay.
particular way?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're
There
gonna
you go.
reportion.
Oh, good, perfect. I don't want to get judged like Jason.
Got it. This is fun. This is the fun part.
All right, now everybody grab one
Okay.
All right.
and
Just pop it
they're
right on in, right?
Or-
put it down under
Oh.
your palm and just kind of roll into a pretty little.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
Can I give one of these?
Can you overwork it like that?
you can overwork it. So at this point, we would set those aside. They would proof one more time until they're just a little bit puffy.
Okay.
So we're not looking for them to double again. See, they're nice and small. And we're going to make our flour water mixture for our cross. So we're just combining flour and water. And this is going to be a paste that we pipe on right before baking.
Yeah, and it looks at it when you see those, looks like a type of icing.
It's
a
it really
sweet
does.
icing.
does. Some people make these and they bake just like this, and then they put an icing cross on top.
Okay.
So, Sanci, if you want
Oh
to
my
do the
gosh,
honors
okay.
of making our cross,
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
hold our pastry bag.
Sure.
I'm gonna pour in.
Oh my word. I always wanted to be a nice fancy baker, but I
Yeah.
just can't
Yeah.
master that.
You put it in a Ziploc bag, you cut the corner off of it.
All right. Cut the
You
end
got
off
it.
here. And now you just can make the shape of the cross on top.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
That just seems like icing, but it's
It
not,
really
is
does.
It is not.
And it's not going to taste like it.
It's not going to taste like it.
Are we supposed to do like a thick cross or a thin cross?
No, that's great. You're doing it great.
All right. And what do the raisins
plus.
signify?
Thank
Anything, or is that you got to have raisins in it? Not everybody likes raisins.
Not everybody likes raisins.
Yeah.
I think you can skip the raisins
Yeah.
or do some other type
Still a
of
hot
dried
cross bun.
fruit.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Jason, would you like to make our icing?
Oh, sure.
All right.
I thought we did.
So you're going to combine powdered sugar
Uh-huh.
and orange juice.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. You mentioned the orange juice. Okay. And this will taste like, I guess, as I'm stirring, orange icing? What is it?
Or yes, orange icing.
Okay, while I finish this up, I think we'll take another break and then we'll come back for the end.
Okay.
We'll be right back. I'm stirring, I'm stirring. Okay, now we're back. Now we're ready to ice these things.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we baked them. The cross that Sanci put in the top, see, baked and just kind of hardened. And then we're going to ice with our orange icing.
Yeah, it is.
And just kind of pour over as much or as little as you'd like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just pour it.
I'd
yeah.
go with more because
I
the
was gonna
orange is
say,
really
just-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, lay it on there. So now we're adding some sweetness to it that people like in their pastries.
Right.
Yeah. With a little extra.
There we go.
And now we have completely made hot cross buns. Now we're just gonna
Something
wait,
to
or is it
enjoy.
ready to eat?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
We're ready to go.
I think we're
Oh,
ready.
so we don't do
Time-
anything else?
No,
That's it?
we're
Okay.
ready. It's
We're
time for
ready-
a tea party.
We're ready to have our tea party. I don't think we're gonna do it right here. We're gonna go to a nice location, and we'll be back, and we'll have our little tea party. Now we're outside. We're having our proper tea party, right?
are,
This was
yes.
this is what we were building to. We've got our sandwiches and our hot cross buns. You know the nursery rhyme, right? Let's sing it. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns.
One
See
a
how they
penny.
run? It feels like that's the mice.
penny.
One a penny, two a penny.
Hot
hot-
cross buns. Yeah.
If you have no daughters,
If
Give
you have
them
no sons,
to your sons.
give them to your sons. If you have no daughters, you give them to your sons. So, let's have
If
our
you
tea.
have no
Let's
elves,
have
you
our
give
hot
them
If
to
you
cross
your
have no,
sons. Give them
yeah.
to
If you,
yourselves.
All right, let's have our tea.
Now, do y'all like
What do we
cream and
do?
sugar in your tea?
Well,
That's traditional, like.
Let me just try it
British
like
tea.
this. Okay.
I'm a purist. I don't like anything in it.
Right. Oh, you can really taste the cucumber. Almost got you. Almost got you. Yeah, let me
got
put
to
a
the
lot of milk in that. I love tea. I always want to like tea. My mother
a lot
would
of
drink
milk.
hot tea, never coffee. And as a kid, she would drink that hot tea. Sometimes I would. It was great. Can we have one of your green sandwiches?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I just made ice cream with that. That is really
Go for it.
creamy. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh my. Oh my. It's lovely. Wouldn't you agree? And we sang. All right. And now the hot cross bun.
Lovely.
Yeah? Can't wait.
Jessi, may I have the hot cross bun, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry, my manners.
Thank you. Is this your
Most
accent
rude.
coming out?
Most rude. If you have to ask, maybe it's not so great. Okay. So what's the proper
Those are
way?
delicious.
Can I just pull it apart? Do the English people like not use utensils? Is that cool?
I don't know.
Okay. They probably do. We
I'm
just
sure
don't.
they do.
Well, that's just a good thing right there. Very well. Well, this
was
has been
great.
like really different and really fun. I knew it would be, including the hat. We didn't even get to the hat.
Of course, you have to have
Right.
a fancy hat.
So have you had fun doing this cooking show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for like hosting us here at the Kitchens Cafe and
You're always
Thank you.
welcome.
doing all this again. I'm sure we'll do it again.
Yes.
But yeah, this has really been fun, Sanci. I knew it would be. So I
thanks for
hope
having
this
me.
is what
It
you were
was great.
expecting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you I wanted to do a tea party.
Well,
This is perfect.
Let's have a
Right.
clink. Do they clink at the tea
Cheers.
party?
Sure.
Let's
Yes.
cheers, of course. Yes, quite. Very well. And we're signing off. So long. Wonderful.
Maybe we should have tested this out.
That's all right. We can get out of that.